GM Devcon. This session is about building a developer empire. My name is Bianca Buzea. I'm lead DevRel at Chronicle Protocol and also the founder of DevRel Uni. One of the perks of the startup life is about building a tight-knit team along the way. I remember when I first started, my very first startup, our office was someone's apartment. And to be honest, I think we spent more time playing Mario Kart than actually building the product. But then, one day, it happened. We found product market fit, unfortunately. Now, if you think that finding product market fit it's difficult, that's because it is. A lot of the teams struggle finding that. But then after you find product market fit, the next big challenge is about building a great developer experience. Every developer interaction with your product is a gift. So you need to make that worth it. Make their journey seamless and enjoyable. You already built so far, so don't become complacent now. There are around 26,000 developers in our ecosystem. What that means is that it's not enough to have a great product. You also need a great developer experience. How many of you have run npm install on a freshly cloned repo only to discover that it doesn't work? Raise your hands. Okay, me too. We've been there, done that. That's the developer equivalent of, I'm gonna deal with this tomorrow. We've all experienced that frustration. We're going from one error to the other. Nothing seems to work. And yet, we try to move forward. Sometimes it doesn't work, and that's when developers need the most our support. Developer relations is about supporting developers every step of their journey. I like to think of it just like compound investment. Every resolved bug, every clear piece of documentation, every positive outcome, those are all wins. But then, just like compound investment, losing feels worse than winning feels good. And losses have lasting effects. And they make it harder for developers to re-engage with your product. Now, there is a common misconception that motivation is all about money, perks, and praise. And while those are true, the true driver, I believe, is the constant feeling of progress. Developer experience should align with community use cases. Ideally, you want to anticipate the needs and the challenges of your developers. You need to be deeply invested. I would even add borderline obsessed with understanding and supporting your developer community. And here are some examples. When I joined Chronicle, we discovered that some of the developers struggled changing the addresses of the self-kisser. The self-kisser is a smart contract that basically allows you to authorize yourself, to whitelist yourself, to read from the oracles on testnet networks. But as you can see in the image, it has different addresses for different testnet networks. So what we did, we introduced this table in all the guides where the self-kisser was mentioned, making it extremely hard for developers to miss the fact that they need to change the address. While this small change might seem like very trivial to you, yet it had a very big impact. Developers were able to progress right away. Another example is about hackathon workshops. The challenge with hackathon workshops is that they cover many protocols and they are very tight in terms of time. All the workshops need to run back to back. However, when developers first interact with your protocol, they're gonna have answers and questions to ask. So the solutions that we came from was to have pre-hackathon workshops. Those were virtual, more time relaxed. Developers can come and build along, and they could get any questions answered. This not only that enhanced engagement, but also drove better hackathon results. So far, I share with you the positive examples, but the truth is we don't always get it right, and that's okay. A big part of DevRel is listening to feedback, even the tough stuff. For example, we heard from developers that they needed more time before updates, and they wanted to be notified. So we acknowledge that, and we introduce processes to make sure that developers have enough time, and we notify them on time. Not only that, this removed the friction, but only it strengthened the relationship with the community. Developers felt heard. Now, DevRel is more than just code and documentation. It's about making developers feel seen, heard, and empowered. By using small, consistent wins and by cultivating trust and support, we're building relationships that keep developers coming back. DevRel, in my opinion, is creating lasting relationships that go beyond technology, making developers feel that they're part of something bigger. And this is exactly what motivates